Diabetes. It is an absolute killer and maybe the one disease that plays the biggest role in destroying our health as a society. In this video, I'm going to show you some natural and safe strategies that you can do at home to turn your blood sugar around, start feeling better, and transform your body. And we're going to start right now. Well, hello everybody, I'm Dr. Glenn Harrison and welcome to this segment of Why. This is where we take just a few minutes to answer some of the most common health-related questions that I see in my office every day. So if this is the first time you're at the channel and you're looking to find out some strategies on some natural strategies on how to turn your health around and improve your life, and also want to learn the mechanism, the why of your symptoms, make sure you click the like and subscribe button and hit the bell notification, because over the months and the weeks, I'm going to be throwing out more and more content to you and you're not going to want to miss it. So diabetes, what can we do? Well, the first thing to know about diabetes is 95% of all diabetic cases are type 2, meaning that they're exclusively lifestyle dependent. They're what we think, what we do, how we feel, any pain we're dealing with, as well as what we're eating. It is lifestyle. Type 1 diabetes tends to be diagnosed at a younger age usually, and that's autoimmune, where your immune system is damaging your pancreas. Your pancreas can't produce enough insulin or any insulin, and you need insulin for it. Either situation, the strategies that we're going to talk about today are going to be extremely helpful. It takes a little bit of discipline, it does, but you can turn it around. So where does blood sugar come from? Well, everybody says, well, that's easy, Dr. Harrison. It comes from the foods you eat. No, that's only 50% of where blood sugar comes from. It is the foods that you eat, number one, and number two that a lot of people forget is your stress level. When I say stress, I mean physical stress, chemical stress, emotional stress. Not only emotional, physical, chemical, emotional. If you have any of these stressors in the body makes a hormone called cortisol. I've talked about this in other videos. Your body produces cortisol, and cortisol's main job is to drive up your blood sugar. It drives up your blood sugar so you have an on-demand fuel source to deal with the stressors. Have your heart beat faster, respiration, have energy. So if you are under enough physical, chemical, or emotional stress, that can drive up your cortisol high enough to actually drive up your blood sugar high enough of a level to be a diabetic or a pre-diabetic. That was me. If you know my story, I turned into a diabetic in school strictly from emotional stress. And I was able to turn it around with a lot of the strategies we're going to talk about today. So this is extremely important because it doesn't matter if you're type 1 or type 2, you can improve it drastically. So the reason why blood sugar is so important is because if it's too high, because it destroys every aspect of your body. It destroys your brain. In fact, people who are type 1 or type 2, we'll just say diabetics, if they're a diabetic, their risk of developing Alzheimer's and dementia goes up by 200 to 300% higher. It also destroys your heart and your cardiovascular system. If you are a diabetic, your risk of developing dying from heart disease goes up by 60%, and your risk of developing heart disease goes up significantly more. So you're going to want to correct this to protect your heart, to protect your cardiovascular system, to protect your brain. If you're a diabetic, again, your risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's goes up, so your brain. There is not one tissue in your body that high blood sugar doesn't destroy, even your joints. This is big. So let's jump into it. So we know that foods play in the blood sugar. What can we do with foods? The simplest thing to bring down your blood sugar from foods is to stay away from sugars. Stay away from sweets. Stay away from processed foods. I know I've talked about this in other videos before. Some people forget processed grains and too much bread or any bread. All these foods turn your blood into sugar. I'm generally speaking, but it drives up your blood sugar, and then now you have to make more insulin, and it adds to the problem. So foods, and there's a video on this, there'll be one below on some high glycemic index foods to stay away from. Paleo diets tend to be one of the better ones with blood sugar. Another one is these stressors, these physical, chemical, and emotional stressors. Don't ignore those. Give yourself time, do breathing strategies, get your sleep, work on your life. Okay, those are very, very important. That'll address your cortisol. There are some supplements to address cortisol, but I recommend take care of your health, work on your energy, and your mindset, and your foods. That's going to be the big staple of addressing high blood sugar. It's very difficult to pull out sweet foods if you have sweet cravings. I have a video on this on how to avoid sweet cravings. There are ways to do it. That'll be in the link below. That's a crucial video to watch, by mind the way. You can see sweet cravings disappear within a week. Okay. There's some supplement strategies. Okay, so the other ones are number one. That's the first layer. Lifestyle is always number one. Supplementation should be number two. But supplements, even alone, can make drastic changes in your blood sugar. But again, if you're a diabetic or pre-diabetic, make sure you're working with a qualified healthcare provider that's watching your medications and all of that, and make sure they're looking at your case. We can work with anybody in the country, out of the country. If someone's on medication, we want them to make sure they're working with their primary, because the strategies that we do in here can bring down blood sugar quite a bit. And if it's not being monitored, you could get into trouble, especially as a type 1. Type 2 have more flexibility. So some strategies. There's a product below. It's called Ultra Glucose Control. It's by Metagenic. I have never seen anything like this product. It is remarkable. Use it as a meal replacement. Do what's on the bag. I believe it's 1 scoop or 2 scoops a day. It tastes really good. There's a chocolate, a vanilla. I think that's the 2 flavors they have. But there's a video below on how to use it and how it works. So I'll put that video there. Ultra Glucose Control. Very helpful. Another one called Glycoberine-MX. This is really effective. It makes you more sensitive to the insulin you have, and it helps start cleaning up the blood sugar. This, I have a video below, something that you're going to want to use as well to bring down your blood sugar. You can order them, and there's videos on how to use it. So those are 2 supplements. There's other ones on the market, but those are my 2 favorite. Those are the ones I use clinically, and we get remarkable results with blood sugar. So use those strategies. There's another thing, I talked about the video on sweet cravings, but there's a video on memory, how to improve your memory. If your memory is slipping and you're diabetic, number 1, work on your blood sugar and your memory can improve. I have videos on how to improve your memory directly in the links below. So a lot of content below, but anyway, yeah, don't let diabetes take over your life, whether you're type 1 or type 2, you can change that around. Diabetes is more than just high blood sugar. It's destroying every aspect of your health, so you can control it. I did, so can you, so can your family. If you know of anybody suffering with this and are looking for another solution other than just insulin and medications and metformin and all of that, have them watch this video. They can always reach out to us, or you can reach out to us. We can help. So with that being said, I'm Dr. Glenn Harrison. I look forward to talking to you next day, where we're going to answer the why to another health-related question.